That's basically the difference between 11th till 1st if they didn't gain any points. So huge, huge, huge if they manage to pick up that kind of win.
Keep in mind, Bucky, Peterbot, and Macward are in 19th place. So in case they do get that victory, yeah, I mean,
maybe you need a bit more than
far.
10 elims, yeah. Enough, but do what he can do is hold on, Jukes.
Oh no.
Trying to get Junk Chuck tagged, but he's hitting back, and it's Pamstu, the team who they're contesting off spawn. This all comes back together now. We know, remember, they have the gold pump in the inventory. We know that they're locked and loaded with the firepower. Picked up Jukes, now Bugha by himself, but they did manage to get top 16. Remember, we said if they get top 16 out of this,
shaking down.
this is going to be huge. Or top 17 at this moment. So top 17, they have managed to get a tons of the points from this. Shaking down, yeah, and the shot's starting to come out onto Bugha. 0 builds to his name. Realistically, they've done enough. Any points after this, it's just icing on top of the cake.
They held Dukes for all that time, by the way. Just to hold him. Just to hold him. And it's the little things. Yeah, it's the little things like that. They're like, yeah, we got you. How do you feel about it? You know what I mean? Just think about that.
Luckily, someone's managed to go down above them on the Storm Surge leaderboard. So now the book is up 7 above. So potentially keeping himself alive a little bit more in here.
Top 17.
Up 17. He made that second ago. Now we got to see any placement after this. He gets more and more points. He's just sitting at the backside of the zone with no builds. Can he manage to make it a little bit further? But no, he's found himself stuck about a bunch of the metal. Dom going down on the feet to Rokane too. He's just trying to get Usain Bolt impression on here, but no, he's going to go down the back. Top 17, they claimed a ton of points for them, however.
Definitely a little bit extra. That's the difference maker there to go the additional mile here. On the side, though, Cease, Cold, and Elite are still up as well. And look at this. They have 5 eliminations, 856 above the surge threshold. They are cruising right now. And honestly, they have the builds to maintain an end game here. And look at this. The front being led, the charge being led by Cease with the heavy materials. He's got everything that he needs right here. This is exciting for Cease and Trio.
Keep ahead of the zone, creating a good target for them. Cold looking for eliminations down below, but the floor gets opened up. There's a bunch of players trying to chop them out, make sure they can't create such a strong layer, but no, they've got it all locked and loaded. Muzz is popping off in the feed. Visuals also at the same time. Another one of our top 10 teams doing well, but Cold getting tagged onto the player down below. He's weak. He's on that white HP. This should be free eliminations. Do they have the harpoon? Can they get the loot? But no, someone else does this. DJ, and he gets the finish on, but that's actually not the elimination.
Yeah, it's just a down body there. He's going to be able to pick up a couple tags on. So Iamzo is still alive, however, trying to clutch up on his own. Now, this is a player that can absolutely do some big things as a solo. He is definitely known to have that good pre-fire and reaction speed. Let's see how it's going to work out here.
What he can do, he's lining up the angles, lining up the shots. Got himself a nice path. Good refarm, get himself in tiers. The players in the back of the box. He's going to go out the front. Solo tarp, he knows he's going to have his teammates with him. He's going to play this like a all-star tournament. The reharvest absolutely incredibly important at this moment to get the minimal materials he has left. The wood, the harpoon comes out from the floor, see if he can knock a player down, hit the pump shot, but unfortunately no one's there. Players all around him, seeing what he can do. He's trying to create that extra space. Every single placement being so important. Stretch down in the feed today. We'll have to see what he can do as a solo.
Oh, he's looking around. He gets a little bit of zone favor. This might work out for him, but a player's going to jump in the box, and for a second there, it was almost all over, but he was not spotted out. Yamso still has a moment to breathe here. Now, mind you, every team that falls here gets more points. Can he get some more? Absolutely. Agers gets shut down here. Another player in the box. We talked about his clutch potential. He has not stopped. Down goes Saf as well, and that's a back-to-back elimination there for Yamzo, putting him up inside the top 6 here now.
Nothing but maximums for Iamzo down as the solo in the back of the zone. Up on the high ground. Macwood's team still in it. Cold still in this long time. It's a full trio. This could be an easy 3v3 finish as long as Iamzo doesn't disrupt what's going on here down on the low ground. He's starting to move through the mid-ground layers, trying to play builds out. The player starts to drop down. He gets the right-hand peek, but he whiffs the shot. Minimums only here. He's going to go for the wall replace, but he has no mass.
Oh my
the player's
gosh.
coming below, and he's picked up.
There it is. He's going to fall there on high ground once again, though. Peterbot, Bucky, and Macwood still maintaining. And look at this. Cold, Cease, Elite have managed to survive. They're just still alive here. They have the stamina. They're up in the running here. And oh my gosh, 10 eliminations already. I cannot believe what I'm seeing here. A top 3 now for Cease. Just a phenomenal way for them to stretch out the game and make the most of it. As now we start to settle down here. Macwood, Bucky, and Peterbot, there's no way they wanted to throw this game. They took their time here just to stretch to the very end, and it's Muzz on low ground going for the heal off.
Beautiful. But again, as a duo, 7 eliminations on the Yomzo. He's been fragging.
Wow.
And 9 eliminations as a full trio.
Wow.
Think of how many points that is. Just
This
think
early?
about it. Because it's 36, because my mental managed to catch up. It was a little
Look
bit
at High.
low.
Look at High.
Macwood and Peterball up there again. Are they going for the back-to-back? Are they going for the back-to-back victory rounds? They have 5 eliminations, which is the same amount of eliminations they got in the previous match so far. They've already got that going into moving zones. They're stacked on loot. They're stacked, I was about to say on ammo, but 130 on weapons and everything else. This could be a back-to-back for Macwood, Peterball, and Bucky, and a huge comeback on the leaderboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, pay very, very close attention to this high ground hold here. They are so structured up, well above the rest. No one's even close to being able to contest them. It looks like they have everything working in their favor now. If they manage to go back-to-back, the way the format of day 2 worked, I mean, it doesn't matter how good your day 1 was. This is the day you need to play well, and Bucky and company could very well put themselves way up at the top here. You saw how many points they had, 190. They were in 19th place in game number 1. And all of a sudden, consistency, back-to-back, and they are right in the running like they never even left.
That it is. We got the harpoon coming up from Yomzo, picking up some more loot, keeping them moving. He's stacked on materials, 132 builds, completely ready to play this end game as a full duo. If you want to succeed, pick up some cracked, very young player. It's worked for EU players, is working for NA East at the same time. He's fragging out this game. Back over to Macwood, Peterball, and Bucky, who have lost the high ground. Unfortunately, the first moving has not been for them. He's managed to get back up with his teammate in a nice mid-ground layer here. The material is still stacked into the inventory. Should be a pretty deep run for them unless they truly have a
Bugha's down. Bugha's down. Bugha gets knocked in the feed there after finding a single elimination. Miro goes down as well. And you can see Bugha gets completely finished there on the backside of zone. Degen and Yomzo, however, are still alive as a duo right now. Pressure's coming in here. That's from second height. They're going to possibly have to switch or look to change layers. No, they're going to stick to it here because they have the heavy mats. They're fully committing here. Yomzo playing that back portion, that backup player here, support player, closing the tarps here.
Doing what he can. Matt's only down to wood because they are as a duo. If they're a full trio here, this should almost be a home run. But on height, it's Jack, Slacks, and Acorn looking to make a huge comeback in the second day, even after being so good in that first day. They are on a redemption arc after not making it to finals last season. The big shots come through with the Yomzo. That's an 8th elimination for him, and it's down to Cam. 10 for the team so far. Yomzo definitely the MVP of this match so far. So many points gained on him as the solo. Now they're just back into their old tarp, able to keep walking.
What's so impressive is that they're committing to the second height here, so they definitely have eyes on the prize. They do not want to be down low, but they are putting themselves at risk here because Jack, Acorn, and Slacks are looking down on them. They are going to be the first target every single time when it comes down to who it is that they're going to focus from high ground. Bucky's going to find one on the low ground. Great tags there. The full finish off the Thatch. Now, in comes the rotate to the new zone here. They're also a 2-man operation here. We lost the fresh and young Peterbot. It's just the veterans of Bucky and Macwood. Oh, I was going to say, did he get another elim already?
It is fat. No, it's just a little bit behind here. Macwood, yes, Bucky up to 3, so that was. He picked up Pam's too as well, finishing off the full trio. Yomzo still in this. 0 materials. They're looking for the harpoon. He's thinking about it. Is he going to jump in? The one wall broken. If he goes to that next one, 2 players through there, he's going to drop down below.
Oh, they didn't realize.
Into the box. They don't know there's a player up above, but they've got the edit through. It's chunked him down. He's cracked.
Oh my God.
He's hitting the 97 shots. Is he going to harpoon? But no, he's run out of the ammo for it. The edit's his. Degen is still with him. The duo playing side by side. Pumps out. See if they can click on some heads. He's going to go for the medkit play. He's no mouse. He knows how to do it. I think it's timed extremely well.
That was close. We'll see if he ends up sticking it out here. Degen has carved out, however, the full path here to get to new zone. He's going to take a different route. Yomzo's in a box with another player. That's the enemy down. He should have probably went for the finish. The zone did the rest. That would have been a siphon and points there, but it doesn't matter. On the other side, Day now is alive as a solo here, trying to time the medkit. This is going to be a very difficult medkit to pull off here. That's not going to be good enough unless he's completely inside the zone. Oh, he figures it out. He cancels on accident. The pressure a little too real.
Slacks up on the high ground. I think he was just fishing. I could be mistaken. I swear I saw a fishing rod coming out from him up on height. We'll see what he has to do. Jack's starting to drop down. He's got that charge shotgun locked loaded. He hits the shot. That's the finish on Macwood, but no! Jack goes down. That's a huge potential choke for him. The overcommit happens. Slacks gonna now drop down the low ground. The finish comes through. He doesn't get the siphon. The player healing in the box. Oh! He picked up as well. He's gonna pick up the victory with a heal up on high ground. Remember what I said? This will be a double-digit elimination game for this team. Jamper doesn't have any heals in the inventory, but since I said that, Tragic just picked up 3 eliminations. Plenty of refreshes, but again, not able to get much materials or heals out of it. Look at the inventory from him right now. Obviously, no mats really to work with, though, and I got to see how this first moving plays out. I want to see if they're practically sneaky in the back of the box, trying to get some shots, use the firepower of the gold weaponry that they have. They had that first zone pulled, so they have the opportunity to get tagged out the sky, and it's Spegu, who's unfortunately going to be one picked up from there on out. Shadow's also still in the back of the zone. He's out there. He's made the lucky escape. Can the harpoon come through the materials? If these players are really stacked, this could be okay. The big pots, unfortunately, not managing to connect with the harpoon and pick them up. They're going to have to start their rotate, start their move, and it's Carry's team that's right next to them. Tragic's starting to be super aggressive and just jumping straight in the box. That, to me, suggests that they didn't manage to get many materials out of that, potentially just siphon, and they're now at the back of the zone in a rough spot.
Yeah, they're going to need a little bit more if they want to survive this here. This is why they're walking through enemy builds right now. They're on the layer of, what's that? Niddle and Clarity. Yes, Casker right in front. They're starting to close in as well. Look at all the builds here. They're realizing, hey, there's going to be a fight that might just break out here soon, but no, instead they go ahead and take their own layer out to the sides here. And this is the battle that we expected. They're getting closer and closer now. Niddle's out in the open, holding the shot here. No one's firing just yet. They want to make sure they can get it. They're not going to find the one they're looking for. Going into the zone to cut him off here. Day's on the other side. What can he do? Into the box he goes. The tracking is good, but not good enough as Tragic does get taken out there. He is very, very low on HP. And no, Day's going to go down there, but he did catch someone in the process. I mean, look, the elims, the points, they are definitely adding up, and they're almost to the top 10 now.
Almost the top 10, but still up all night. Macwood, Bucky, and Peterbot, the team who was into this way down in the top 10, roughly coming into the day, have really capitalized up on height. They've been on height every single match so far at some point and looking super good. Down on the low ground, though, Cold Elite still in this as a duo. They've lost Cease. The HP looking low. The materials almost lower to their name, too, and Cold starting to play pumps out. Can he start to connect with Casker at the back? That's Elite who picked him up, so that wasn't a harpoon shot like I would imagine, but still, that's his team collecting the valuable 4 points on that and the additional placement that came through. He's in the back of the tarp. The one my God, he's been picked up from behind.
Super unfortunate, but this is the big game that they needed to continue to jump their way back into this game here, essentially, after falling so early last game. Elite is looking like he does not want to give up, not just yet. There are weakened players everywhere. There are still points to be made if he can continue to keep his composure here. Jamper's going to be one of the few that are very, very weak on his low ground. Great 100 tag, but no, Stretch was fully HP'd up, and he is going to be able to tank through that shot. This is looking like a Peterbot, Bucky, and Mac would win right now, but Tragic's Day and Jamper are the real heroes here. They have stolen away so many points now, being one of the first teams to break into 300+ digit territory, and Jamper is still racking them up. Yes, he finds another one as well, and there's the full finish. Down goes Commandment, the highlight man himself.
The highlight man himself. That's the double-digit eliminations as I called for. Jamper by 5. Tragic's down below actually loses out, so that's the gold charge lost from the team. Jamper, no materials, getting sprayed. No, fully picked up into the box. That's AV who triple lands straight in, but on height, it's a complete Miro, Jukes, and Bugha take it. They've managed to claim high ground going into the final moving zone.
AV, Eden, and Deemer are looking for another victory royale here. Can they get it from the low ground? We're looking at a 2v3 situation. Eden is now officially down. 12 elims on the low ground as they manage to wipe up 2 full trios there in the final moments. On height, though, that little moment of quiet is one of the scariest things, because that means the top high ground team has managed to heal their way back into this game. They have just enough shields back in the rotations here, but Bugha might as well be a dead man walking. He's gonna have to jump on down and just go ahead and commit to this. He can't stay in the zone. He's gonna go and deny the siphon there. That's the best thing he can offer this team, but no, they steal it away. Miro shuts that down, cancels that. There's the HP he needs, and Miro follows up with an incredible shot. Yeah, look at that. The play's gonna work out. I was wondering if they were gonna go for, or how far they were willing to run here before using their launch pad. They end up committing to it right here, and now this max distance pull here ends up still ultimately allowing the players to come on over that hill, that hump, right? Because of the way the structures were working out, there weren't any teams to really hold him out. So everyone gets in for free. Look at this. Only a single player has been eliminated on the rotate here. Miro being one of the few. Bugha very, very lit up here. Holding on to the heals, though. Probably going to try to pop these med kits here. Thinking if they have enough time. Yes, they do have enough time. Risky to keep the backside open, but also looking to conserve some material where you can here. Dubs in Mega alive right now. A little bit of height.
I think they pulled a favorable zone. Mega and Dubs are currently in 27th. They've made 3 end games out of the 9 games so far, but not managed to get into a top 5 there. Not really fragging out either, so for them, if they're up on height, this should be a good one. For Jukes, Bugha, they've got the dead side rotate up on that north side of the zone, and they can work their way around. This is actually relatively nice rotate given the natural hills around. They get deep enough here, they can just use one launch pad to get themselves further into that next zone. Here's what we're worried about, 132 below. With this positioning, it's rough because usually, since they're so far ahead of the zone, they can tag the players out of the sky, but because they're on low ground, they just have no sight lines available for them, but they're going to hit the pad, and it doesn't seem like they waited long enough, potentially didn't have the availability to with the zone there, to just use the end, so they're going to have to dwindle some materials away, but the Stormsters leaderboard going all over the place. They were 9 above for a second, a team above them went down, then a team below them went down, so they've moved back down again. Dubs Mega still on height.
I'll keep in mind that the stealthy stronghold made that very interesting. All these teams has to go up and over. That's going to be a mat drain right there, guys. People are just committing those little, or those obviously drastic elevation changes right there. The indestructible walls mean that they have to commit to go up and over these builds. So I can see teams starting to gas out here soon from the material counts. Tragic and Jampers already looking for height right here. It's a good little tag, but not enough. Might have did that a little too soon without the backup. And yes, they're going to give up that second height, trying to get themselves down to a lower, maybe less conflicted area.
Jamper's taking the floors. Tragic's got the fully held charge out, ready to hit the shots. Yet again, we've seen what this can do. Not sure Rodea is potentially keeping a bit at the back of the zone, looking for tags. Dubs team pulling that max zone. Rotating through. Bugha on the low ground managed to pick up an elimination. Now that's going to keep them up above. Juke's still with him. Miro's still down. They're working this so well as a team, as a duo still left in this. Juke's going to start to tarp them in ahead, but they're getting stuck at the back of the zone, down to only wood. 47 materials left. It's all wood from Bugha. Hopefully Jukes has something to work with. If not, they're gonna have to start climbing into the back of some of these boxes. Yeah, they're in the tarp, they're taking angles, but they've dropped down. They've decided it's a no-go. Bugha playing that out to 27, connects, but it's a minimum, but Jukes goes down. He's managed to get the refresh. It is Bully. He gets the points for the elim as well. See what he can do with these 3 wood builds.
That's a huge gift right there. The material count, the elims, everything right there. The way that just worked out is perfect and beautiful because now he's inside the top 10. The well-timed med kit as well, so he is going to be able to potentially steal away a couple more points. No, he feels like he might have made a mistake there. He gives it up and instead moves forwards. Can he get there in time? It doesn't look like it either. Remember, there is an animation that comes from behind us. Bugha is banking that this is going to connect through, and it does. All right, there was just a little bit of time for it to connect. No point for that, but it is okay. He gets seen there. Saf, Aegis, and Kanata are the team on the high ground. Cold, once again, is alive with Elite in this game, too, so they're coming back. Tragic's Jamper and Day still up in this game as well. No Day, but that's a big elim there onto Crackley. Nicely done. My gosh, they're still in this, Reese.
That's exactly why they play the charge. You see exactly the firepower that Tragic has with it. Holds that charge, holds the angle, connects to 147. The huge shots from him, and that's picked up the refresh to keep them moving in the bottom right, in the top right. We still see the full trio of Elite, Cold, and Cease in this as well. They're looking to take a home run. They were in 6th. Now they're trying to clutch this all the way back up with their opponents, Tragic and Damper. The first place team, the current leaders on the top right now, still in the game, in a great position on the low ground, but they are starting to run out of materials.
Cease's trio is only 50 points away now. They're really starting to close in here, but the fact that Jamper's trio is still alive right now, but no, Cease goes down, Elite goes down. There is still one more up, and that is Cold. Tragic's is also mega lit up right here. It is anyone's game right here. Who's going to take third place? This is Cold on the other side of the wall. It has to be. And yes, he's going to find traffic. Jamper versus Cold. Jamper's going to win, though. And that is for third place and the hold on the first place spot here as well. High ground we know is Saf and crew, but Jamper, he's done his job. He's done enough. He's made it through for his team.
They drop down to the low. It's 3v2. Nil gets tagged. He's picked up. Casker still in this as a solo 40 HP. He can't do anything about it. It's going to go to Agers, Canada, and Saf, who were in 15th before that. But did you see 9 eliminations? I think that was on Canada there, his POV. I think this was a huge game for them. Coming from 15th, you've got to think that's at what, 150, 120? I don't know maths. I know the desk doesn't either. We'll see it when the actual leaderboards pop up, though.
It's going to be so congested around that 400 point threshold. And if Bugha, Dukes, and Miro just take off right now, they're going to have the actual lead coming into the last game. Bugha might be putting himself in a situation to go back-to-back from FNCS to FNCS here on the Grand Royale stage. I mean, the possibilities are endless at this point. But it is going to come down to whether or not if they can survive this. They're only 82 damage above the surge. Here it is. This is where the games are really going to start kicking off. This is where the true Fortnite game begins.
This is a difficult part indeed. 82 above Storm Surge, 400 points total for Jukes, Bugha, and Miro going into this game. They have good amount of materials, good amount of shields, good amount of everything, including position on zone, but hold on, the layering for them, no fantastic at all. They've got to start working their way up the shots, trying to connect, and unfortunately not doing so. Players on their layer, this is getting dirty, but Jukes starting to try and jump into the box. That's a 140 tag, it's massive, but that's not going to be a knockdown to finish. It is this pump that goes down too, that puts them up above the threshold. They've claimed themselves a layer, but there's teams up in front. This is starting to get a little bit messy, but Jukes, he does not care. He's starting to get in. He's getting aggressive. They know they need the elimination points, but I do not want him to overcommit here.
Now, also keep in mind, Stretch just fell in defeat, so that's up to Commandment and Sense now to clutch up and earn themselves some points here. That is the only possibility. Our Coral Castle team is the team in control of high ground. Keep that in the back of your mind as things start to unfold here, as we start to swing on down to the low ground where it matters more. Commandment is leading the TARP here on the backside. A single elim right now, sent it off to the side here, trying to get into this new zone, looking to prioritize the rotate over healing. Here comes the moment of breather now. They can shut things down. They can start to look to bounce back in this game here. But where is our competitors? There it is. Bugha is still here. They're still hunting for it. They're finding tags, and they're a healthy trio. My gosh, we might be watching it unfold here.
They're healthy, but their builds are not. They're looking to go for the back-to-back championship runs right now, making multiple champions out of every single one of this member, but they have to perform in this game and the next. 33 comes down to the player down below. The edit comes down. Miro doesn't want to jump down because he knows there's a player there. They've hit the pad to the front side of the zone. They're all healthy. They still have materials left in their inventory. They're all together. The spacing good. The angles held. The ADS aimed. Bugha got a player in the box. The 75 connects from Miro, but no, he doesn't manage to finish it up. The player drops down. He's a slippery snake. He manages to get out of that box, leaving Miro, Bugha, and Jukes still in this, but they didn't get the refresh that they needed. This is now a top 9 situation.
Clarity, Niddle, and Casker have crashed the party officially. They are on high ground, and it's theirs to take away for the victory out. They're going to work towards it, but Miro, Bugha, and Dukes have a different plan in mind. Dukes looks like he found an elim as well. Amongst all this, that's onto Chimp, so that's another player down now. 6 eliminations here. Things are starting to kick up as we only have 6 teams left in the game. Kanata finally falls. The end game for him as well. Here's Scented. Can he get one? Yes, he can. Beautifully done, and jumps back up. Oh my gosh. Staying alive here. No builds. Back to the zone. Can he get the tag? No. He gets taken out. Big knock onto Pamstu there while playing a Commandment. Tries to follow up. One single build. Oh my god.
Miro. Commandment picks up Miro. He drops down, hits the shot.
This is huge.
This is huge. He picks up the second. Oh, Jukes as well. That means Bugha's left in this as a solo. What? Commandment fragging in the backside of the zone. The shot's connected. The time started to dip down as the zone.
Don't do it.
Him. 2 HP. He whiffs the shot.
Oh no.
It's going to be Casker's team who picks up the victory out with Nil and Clarity G. And this has just opened up the leaderboards for so many teams coming into the final game.
And this is why I love watching Commandment in Endgame. He is the Mr. Highlight himself. Always coming through, putting up a show when it matters most. The fact that he picked up Dukes and Miro, denying them the second place and converting eliminations towards them is massive. But nothing stopping them now. All they need to do is continue to stay active here. Not a single elimination, though, put on the board. So for Jamper, Day, and Tragics, I mean, if they don't get active, these teams are starting to catch up now. Acorn is down. Jack is in between the mix. Jack has barely got any HP. Slacks is holding on strong, though. That's to the hands of Clarity. That's our other competitors. That's it. Jack is also taken out now and fully finished by Peterbot. Okay, it's up to Slacks to clutch this up. That's not looking likely either. This is going over, or actually back down the mountain. So this is actually going to go into past the cube, essentially. So down off the elevation and through the old build. Slacks can still pull something off here.
Let's see if that one mushroom will save him from all of the reign of terror for the rest of the teams that are here. A solo left amongst trios and duos left in this too. He placed 4th in the solo all-stars. Can he show what true kind of fragging power he has as a solo player? He can't find the launch pad. No, he doesn't manage to find the launch pad, but he gets another one down below. 2 shots out of the sky, and he'll be beamed. It would be so unfortunate if he was picked. There's so many in the sky. If he was the one that was chosen by the lobby, it would be so rough, but he's now 152 below the surge. Don't land in that tunnel, please. But no, it's over for Slacks, Acorn, and Jack, and they are locked in.
And that's it, probably to the hands of Miro and company as they just pick up the loot there in the process. It was Miro. He landed right in front of the wrong team, the wrong player. There's no way Miro's gonna walk away with this last game without having elimination. He had to put himself on the map there. Tragics is still alive here, getting active. This is a race between Miro, Bugha, and Dukes against Tragics and company, who go for high ground, and now they are up top, Reese. They can do this, and by the way, they have much more eliminations than Miro's trio.
In exactly the same fashion they did in the FNCS this season, they take high ground in the final game. They are playing for the win.
This is crazy. Oh my
God. They managed to connect at the same time. Another team trying to go up for the high ground. Day's materials starting to dwindle down. Only 16 left. They're going to have to start fragging out 464 points. Still behind Juke, Miro, and Bugha right now, but it's all to play for. This is an exact replica of what we saw this season. We're seeing Miro and Bugha go up against Jamper, Day, and Tragics head-to-head. The final game, it's so close.
This is a true race to the end here. This is a marathon here of a day so far. 478 here for Miro, Dukes, and Bugha. We've found only a single elimination, just unprecedented, uncharacteristically of this trio. Tragics is gonna fall to the hands of Iamzo. Jamper is gonna get knocked to Spark here. It is quite literally up to Tragics, and they get fully wiped out of the game. And just like that, Miro, Dukes, and Bugha are doing it. They are on the most incredible run that we have seen in recent times here, Reese. Can you believe it?
I cannot believe it at all. The run that they've had game to game has been absolutely fantastic, being one of the last teams down alive in this in the end game. Cease's team still up in it. I'm not sure if they have enough points potential to be able to up and clutch all in this. Let's see what the moment Miro, Jukes, and Bugha could do going into the final game. 7 builds left onto Miro's inventory. He's going to have to start playing pumps out, looking for eliminations, figuring out what they can do.
The competition's getting cut here left and right. Bucky is out. One less team to worry about. On the low ground is where they're going to find themselves, looking for any elimination here. Just pad up the points at this moment because you deserve it and you need them here. Bugha's just going to go ahead and jump on in, and the zone's going to go on in favor. This is a 3v2 situation. He's going for the heal here. In the process, Miro's going to sneak out the side now, and he still has a little bit to work with. He has plenty of material, though. They are still in this game.
He's still up in it. 31 builds to his name. The flopper, he can heal off in the back of the zone if he needs to. 14 builds onto Bugha. He's going to have to start playing the angles, playing the shots as those mats start to dwindle down. There's a full trio down below him. He can start taking the floors, taking the edits, taking the walls, seeing what he can do. Up on high ground is Wrigley, Crackly, and Nexy, who's going to start to pressure. Cease and Cold is still up in this. So wow. Definitely climbing up the leaderboard. As I say that, Nanny picks up Cold too. The shots start to come through into Bugha, but he's going to get dropped down below. He's not going to connect. A single shot, yes, but a knock goes down to the player down below. And
oh my God. Oh my God.
And Cold.
He's still in it. Miro's still up as well. 4 eliminations now, and just like that, they fall inside the top 3. But what a run for them, and congratulations to Big Rig, Nexy, and Crackly, who closed out the game at 236 points for, again, a run to the top there to try to make the best of their last and final run. This has been quite the Grand Royale, Reese.
It's been quite the Grand Royale, but let's be real. We know who the champions are, the winners of the Grand Royale. It was over when we saw Jamperday and Tragic's fall.
Bugha, I believed in you, baby. Not only did you just win Chapter 2 Season 8 literally less than a month ago, you came back, boy. You came back to win the Grand Royale. Yes, let's go. And now you're like, hey, yo, Miro, how about another back-to-back dub?
That is massively enticing as well. Still managed to remain cool, calm, and collected, going all the way to that first position there. The 500 club, indeed, $285,000.